Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. It is time for Monday Night Raw as we are still on the lead up to Clash at the Castle. We have a hell of a show for you here tonight, starting off with Tiffany Stratton taking on Bayley. Then we've got Dragon Lee versus Sheamus. Gunta one-on-one with Dexter Lumis. Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro take on the makeshift tag team of Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. And in our main event, Kevin Owens takes on AJ Styles. Styles looking to prove that he belongs in the world title picture. Both are world champions here on Monday Night Raw in action tonight. So we kick things off with Stratton and Bayley. Non-title action to kick Monday Night Raw off, but we have our women's world champion in action. Tiffany Stratton went to our general manager on Raw, Wade Barrett, upset that since winning that championship in the triple threat versus Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair, she has not really been seen here on Monday Night Raw. Believes that she deserves an opportunity to prove why she belongs at the top of the women's division. Wade Barrett said, bet. Tiffany Stratton here will take on Bayley, who of course had a couple of tough losses to start the season tonight. Jax has been working a little injured as of recently, but I mean, we spoke to her earlier that she said, hey, I'm fine, I'm ready to go, ready to prove that I belong here in the main event scene against Tiffany Stratton. A big win against the women's world champion would certainly catapult Bayley probably to a title shot in the near future, but she's gonna have a tough task of defeating Tiffany Stratton in the first place. What a hellacious triple threat Stratton went through a few weeks ago to even earn that championship. Both Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair both on their A games. Stratton that night just a little bit better. Bayley looking to prove that she's a little bit better than the first time we saw her here in Universe Mode. She takes the fight to the Women's World Champion, and we're off. Bell rings. Both women going right at each other. Bayley, big dropkick to start. Bayley doesn't want to get lost in the shuffle here, of course. Started the season as the two lock up. Started the season contending for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Of course, now won by the woman who defeated Bayley, Nia Jax. Of course, defeated Bayley in short order. I believe that match was 2 minutes or so. As Stratton now takes control of the veteran. But Bayley now looking to, I guess, step up the ladder a little bit from the Women's Intercontinental title, prove that she belongs as the world champion. Stratton's going to fight off there. Bayley has her in the corner. She's going to run to the opposite side. Big hip splash. Sends Stratton down, but the champ counters, not going to go down too easily. Tiffany Stratton, a hell of a fighter here. Was a little upset at the lack of women's representation here on Monday Night Raw as of recent. She's the women's champion. She says she deserves to be on TV. She deserves these top spots, these marquee matches, and a match against a veteran like Bayley, someone who's been around the industry, is certainly one of those. Stratton gonna go for the early cover off the double axe handle. Referee slowed again, position one. No, Bayley with the kick out. Gotta think we're gonna be seeing a lot of that. Bayley, one of the most resilient competitors here. She's gonna go for a roll up. That might be at one. No, Stratton able to kick out. Good awareness there from the champion. But Bayley with a big elbow drop. Bayley, of course, knows that that match against Nia Jax does not represent her. That she is better than that. Of course, had a rough patch with injuries. Bayley says she's 100% healthy, but those matches were only a couple weeks ago. Is she telling the truth here as these two are just gonna engage in a slugfest early on? Is Bayley really 100%, or is she just trying to convince herself that she's 100%, as Stratton now takes the fight to Bayley, just sweeps the leg out from under her. Tiffany gonna go up top now. Precarious position for Bayley. Swanton bomb. Beautiful execution there. That could be all 1, 2. No, Bayley kicks out. Doesn't want to go down without a fight. But Stratton, prettiest moonsault ever. She can go down regardless. Huge moonsault. 1, 2. Oh, Bayley just kicks out. Tiffany Stratton caught her off guard with the prettiest moonsault ever, and Stratton with another moonsault after that. Wants to make quick work of Bayley, and imagine a quick loss to the women's champion. It would not do Bayley's mental confidence very well, as Stratton gonna run the ropes. Nice blockbuster. Bayley losing in short order to, I guess, the two top champions in the women's division on Monday Night Raw. It would shoot her confidence. What would she do from here this series as Stratton's going to measure her? Bayley able to fight out of that. And, whoa, double axe handle does not connect, but they're just going to go blow for blow once again. Stacked women's division here on Raw. Bayley has a lot to contend with, especially if she wants to be in the main event picture. You've got the likes of Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair, I'm sure, wanting another title shot. Those two lost in a triple threat to Stratton, but god damn it, that was probably the match of the series so far, at least up there. Maybe rivaled by like Liv Morgan and Io Sky back at Backlash, but what a match that was. Any of those three women could have walked out as the Women's World Champion, but it was Stratton. Stratton had the luck on her side as she's going to send Bayley into the corner. Stratton's looking to prove that it wasn't just luck, though. Bayley counters with an elbow. Went for the kick there. Stratton just knocks her down. Stratton looking to prove that it was equal parts talent as well as luck, that she belongs to be at the top of the division, as Stratton gonna measure Bayley. Big German suplex on the outside. Gotta be careful not to see a count out here, of course. I've seen quite a few of those in matches involving champions here, especially on Monday Night Raw. Reason we'll be seeing Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria go at it. Falls count anywhere. A Clash at the Castle. Tiffany Stratton, of course, as of right now, not booked to be a Clash at the Castle, will likely defend her championship either at or before Money in the Bank. As Bayley's gonna fight out of that. Bayley, big takedown. Just hammering the strikes onto her. Both these women gotta be careful getting into the ring. I mean, Bayley especially. She wants a clean victory over Tiffany Stratton. Stratton would be, I mean, more likely to take the count out as Bayley's gonna go up top. It's an 8 count. Swanton bomb from Bayley. Is the referee gonna reset the count with Bayley going up top? Or no? Bayley, huge swanton onto the outside. Back in the ring now. Savvy ring awareness from Bayley, the veteran, but Stratton kips right up. Tiffany Stratton kips right up. Bayley gonna go for another roll up though. It looks like she can look to steal one here. 1, 2. No, Stratton just barely kicks out. Crafty from Bayley though. She was going for the Bayley to belly there. Stratton, cartwheel. Alabama slam. Tiffany Stratton could have her right where she wants her with the cover. 1, 2. Bayley falls. Tiffany Stratton gets the victory, her first victory since becoming the champion. Here she is raising her championship. Bianca Belair, though, is here, and she's making her intentions crystal clear. She wants a shot at that championship. My goodness. Huge victory for Tiffany Stratton as we continue our show. Bayley falls in a valiant effort in the opening contest, but we have to move on. Dragon Lee takes on Sheamus, and we can confirm at Clash at the Castle, Jey Uso will defend his Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus. Of course, last week, Sheamus went to social media, possibly begging the general manager for a title shot. Wade Barrett, old buddy of Sheamus, decided to give him said title shot. Dragon Lee, not happy with that, demanded a match with Sheamus to prove that he deserves a shot at the IC title. And he gets the victory. Dragon Lee with an upset victory on Sheamus. Interesting to see how that will play out as Sheamus looks to challenge for the Intercontinental title at Clash at the Castle. Dragon Lee might have a stake at that title as well after a big victory over Sheamus. Gunta, who will face LA Knight for the #1 contendership to the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash at the Castle. He takes on Dexter Lumis, and Gunta predictably makes quick work of Lumis, and we caught him backstage after his big victory. Here is what the ring general had to say. LA Knight, I hope you're watching what I just did to poor Dexter out there. Furthermore, I certainly hope Wade Barrett was watching. I'm the most dominant wrestler in the world, and it is a sin that I have to prove myself against some talentless stone-cold wannabe at Clash at the Castle in order to earn a title shot in the interest of so-called fairness. Emphatic words. No. emphatic words from the ring general ahead of a victory against Loomis. But we must move on to our penultimate match on the card. Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro take on the makeshift tag team. Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, General Manager Wade Barrett said, hey, we don't have anything for you two. Let's stick you guys in a team, see where it goes, and where will it go. In a victory for Theory and Reed, the makeshift duo. Maybe these two have some legs as a tag team in the stacked Raw tag team scene. We will certainly keep an eye on those two as we move on to our main event, non-title action. Kevin Owens, AJ Styles. Stay tuned. First match for our new World Heavyweight Champion. Here is Kevin Owens donning that beautiful title. He will take on AJ Styles, the man he defeated to get into the world title match on the inaugural edition of Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens now has a better idea of who he will make his first title defense against. Of course, earlier in the night, it was announced that LA Knight will take on Gunther at Clash at the Castle. Winner faces Kevin Owens for that championship at Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens has, I believe, a little over a month to rest up, get rejuvenated for his first title defense, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have to compete here in Universe Mode. There is no absentee champions, not on Wade Barrett's watch. KO holding that title up high as he will take on a man he has defeated once before, but a man who is hungry for revenge. AJ Styles been embroiled in a little bit of a rivalry with Chad Gable as of late. Of course, he and Sami Zayn took on Gable and Owens on the Go Home Raw to Backlash, and Styles wants Owens again one-on-one. He wants his hands on Kevin Owens. Who knows? Maybe with a victory, Styles could even sneak his way into that #1 contendership match. Maybe make it a triple threat. Hard to say, but AJ Styles looking to do what Bayley couldn't do earlier in the night and defeat the world champion. Styles making his way to the ring, as this is going to be a hell of a main event. We've seen it now twice, and frankly, this could main event a PLE. This could be the main event of Money in the Bank if in another world. I mean, these two have star power, two of the top competitors here on Monday Night Raw here in the entire company. Stumbling over my words a little, I'm too excited as these two lock up. Styles gonna wrench on the arm of KO. We now have a better look at the Backlash card. Of course, AJ Styles likely going to be looking to get on that card with a big victory over KO. Sami Zayn, of course, lost to Kevin Owens for that championship at Backlash. Nice slide through, but Owens gets caught up with some kicks, courtesy of Styles, and it's going to lift him up. Big suplex neckbreaker from the Phenomenal One. But Sami Zayn is going to be taking a little bit of time off to rest and rejuvenate. Suffered a big loss, and Owens is going to look to get another victory. One! No, not even a 1 count. Referee a little slow to get in position, and somewhat of a trend. Might have to look into that a little, but Owens goes for the back of AJ Styles. Both of these men got a lot of holes punched on their bump card. Use some insider terms. Both men have certainly had their fair share of rough landings, fair share of injuries in their careers, as Snap suplex there. Whoa, it's AJ. Whoa, under the big moonsault. Did not connect with KO, who's just gonna stomp under the abdomen of AJ. Owens really just tapping into that brutal side of him that we know so well from KO. As Styles gonna send him against the ropes. Big drop kick, courtesy of AJ Styles. Owens knows how brutal he can be. Pele kick, though, from the Phenomenal One. I keep wanting to say the challenger. Remember, folks, this is a non-title match, but AJ Styles certainly going to be competing like it is a title match. Looking to earn one in the future. Big flying clothesline there. Styles desperately looking to keep his, I guess, position in the main event. Styles to the top rope. Big! That a phenomenal forearm almost. Modified at least. Oh my god. Frog splash from the second rope now to the champion. AJ Styles in the driver's seat for this contest. As Styles now, he's going to lock in the calf crusher. This could be all. Rope break, though. Little bit of a ring awareness mishap, but Styles has him measured. Owens, possibly scouts that Styles clash. Could have been all. Big DDT there. Styles lost to The Miz a few weeks back after losing to Owens. Lost his confidence for a couple weeks there, but this time AJ Styles is looking to get a victory over Kevin Owens. Now has his mojo back, so to speak, as Owens now taking a little bit of control in this contest. Owens, stunner! Stunner! This could be all for AJ Styles. 1, 2. No, AJ Styles certainly had to be sweating there a little bit. Got the shoulder up, but KO staying right on the attack. Thought he had that one in the bag. And he could be measuring Styles up once again. Owens just unlocking this brutal side of him. Owens! Oh! No. Okay. That could have been devastating for AJ Styles. That could have been a career ender. He decided to pile drive him, but another stunner will certainly put the phenomenal one away. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens makes short work of AJ Styles. Kevin Owens is just on another level. He will take on either LA Knight or Gunta at Money in the Bank, but until then, you gotta think Kevin Owens will be doing as much as he can to sit back, relax, and watch his future competitors tear each other to shreds. What a victory. Kevin Owens. AJ Styles goes down after 2 stunners, similar to what we saw in the opening edition of Monday Night Raw. Styles put up such a fight, but just wasn't enough to get the job done against a locked-in WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That is going to be the end of Monday Night Raw. Please join us next time for NXT, the Go Home NXT to NXT Battleground, and thanks for watching.